Showtime. Do I miss the old desktop? I do. One step forward, 30 steps back. What's this like still doing here? Guys, I got a lot to explain. None of it's fortuitous. Well done, Tristan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartores. So happy to be here with you today. That was not a yawn. That was a beautiful, probably D sharp, not entirely sure, but a song for you, a note. You don't need to have a symphony, okay, of multiple notes. I'm more of the variety of, if one note is so good, that's enough. You know, sometimes fries are just so good you don't need the ketchup. It just works as it is. So I'm trying to write music with only one single note that is held the entire time and to still invoke a emotional response that will bring you to tears out of frustration because you go, did I buy tickets to this? For 45 minutes. So anyways, guys, having a good day today. Things are going well. I will say that we are no longer ahead of the game. That was a fun little week experiment where I thought I was really getting out in front of things. I was working on it. And as I began to pocket and build up a little stash of episodes to release as I could be more, thorough and proficient in my podcasting era, that didn't happen. All I did with that extra leeway and that extra time was, well, one, remove the desktop, and then two, do nothing else. I just didn't do it. So I'm glad I didn't follow through completely and did a whole 6 week, and we were, down the barrel for a while just to realize that I don't need time to make progress. Because even if I have it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make progress until I'm really inspired, and that's true to life, man. You can give everybody all the keys to the success, insert horse to water analogy, but you just can't make it happen until you really want to drink. And you know what? I was inspired enough to remove the desktop. That's progress, gosh dang it. But there's still a variety of things that I would like to fix that I will continue to work on going forward. I pretty much promise. I did, however, have some more professional pursuits, and that did take up a little bit of my time. Very exciting. I can't talk about them yet. I don't even know the extent of them fully. I also was really excited about taking an improv class. I want to get back on stage, kind of get my feet wet, which is an interesting circumstance because I feel like that's the most uncomfortable part of swimming is once you get your feet wet, you're like, I don't think I want to go in. But I was really trying to drown myself in some stage time and stage presence and kind of get reacclimated. And apparently, people don't take improv classes on Wednesday mornings because I signed up, I'm ready, I'm waiting for this thing to go, and they happen like every 2 weeks, and they didn't get enough people to sign up. And like, hey, by the way, we're not doing it because it's just Tristan. He's the only one who had nothing going on a Wednesday that he was like, yeah, I'll take a 2-hour class of yes and. So I think improv classes are already like a hard-fought desire. Like, yeah, does everyone want to come and just play and pretend to be children? You need to be a special kind of zany fool to do it, and I love those people because I'm one of them. But apparently there weren't enough of them, and if they are, I guess they're busy being grown-ups or something during the middle of their week. So I was excited. It didn't work out. All that to say that I did nothing to profit off the time that I had. Now, to get into the exciting news, let me break it down for you. Guys, I have finally sold my truck, all right? Now, if you've been listening to the show, you know this has been an ongoing pursuit for quite a while, okay? This thing broke down months ago, and I've been wanting to get rid of it so bad. It's just been sitting there. I haven't been stingy with the price or anything like that. At this point, I was prepared to just get rid of it for a pack of Skittles, a licorice even. I don't really mind. Black licorice. Licorice. I couldn't even, it's so disgusting I couldn't even say the name, but I was not really too concerned about the ROI on this vehicle. It's like, I got it. I don't want to skedaddle, okay? I don't have to pay interest for it to just sit in the parking lot. You can't find a transmission for it to repair it. I just wanted it to say goodbye. So I was just trying. I was trying so hard to get rid of this. And I've talked a little bit about being a consumer on Marketplace, but being a seller is a whole different animal. Okay, to be a seller on Marketplace, it's kind of like dating, you know. There's this whole little aspect of, like, you put the ad up there, okay, and you put the little description on what it needs and what it's looking for, the brain booster and solar and battery, and oh, all these nice shots with all the right angles. Ooh, is that one with the doors open? A little bit risque. You know, it's this kind of this little posting, and you're trying to draw people in, trying to look like a cut above the rest. And it's a tricky game to play, because if somebody sees your photos and they see your product and they're a little bit interested, you can't be desperate, okay? And as I just stated, I was. So when somebody reaches out, hey, is this available? Yes, of course. Yes. And they're like, why? What's wrong with it? I go, oh, no, I don't know. I'm really excited to meet up and you can take it. So you have to kind of be this kind of cool and nonchalant. Someone reaches out, hey, is this available? Go, is it? I mean, maybe, you know, it could be. There's a lot of people asking about it. What are you interested? I mean, we could pursue this, see where this goes. So you're trying to be this little bit more nonchalant and pretend. And then you start engaging a little bit of back and forth. You get somebody on the line, and you got to have this little buyer-seller chemistry. And all of a sudden you're setting a date and a time and a location. They go, is this work? And you're like, yes, of course, but I can't say that. I got to play it cool. And I go, you know, I think I have something very important going on, but just for you, I guess I could make it work. And you're trying to kind of be this cool guy, this super just suave, savvy man. Okay, I don't need anybody to buy this truck, even though I tried desperately to get everyone for it. People would reach out and like, I'll just take it, $20, I don't care. But the problem with desperation is they immediately do go, this is a trap. I'm gonna get kidnapped. I have no idea. You know, it's a dangerous world out there. So even if you go too low on the price and you're like really just trying to throw it away, I could not get a buyer for the life of me. Somebody offered me like more than I was trying to sell the whole truck for just the bed. And I was like, yeah, freaking come get it. And I blew that sale. What am I doing? Which was a bit unfortunate. So anyways, I finally, after all my pursuits and sort of, you know, back and forth, and we're trying to build a little bit of rapport, I'm sprinkling jokes and back and forth, I get this guy named John on the line, an older fellow, and day comes, surprise, he shows up with a +1, his best friend. Oh, see, at this point, you kind of got to be on your toes, you know, I got to be charming, I got to be charismatic. He said, hey, this is my best friend Johnny, he's here to be here. And I go, oh, hey, how you doing? I like your soul patch. Oh, I'm blowing it. What am I doing? You know, when you're trying to schmooze, and maybe the chemistry isn't exactly as good as it was over text, and they're just telling you stories like, yo, I had a truck just like this, actually very exciting. I take it out to the canyon, buddy Mike, come on, he was fishing back. I go, oh, you don't say. Isn't that just classic Mike? You know, I'm trying to move it along. Let's get this going. Let's get somewhere. And it's tough, dude. You gotta listen to the stories. You gotta be prepared. You gotta, you know, it's tough. It's at that point though where you get a little worried, you get a little dicey, because you're outnumbered. The power dynamic shifts. The mystery of the sale begins to fade, and they start negotiating. Oh, I'm outnumbered. I have no legs to stand on. But, okay, in these situations, you need to keep a ace up your sleeve. And that is exactly what I did. What they did not know is that I had been leaving a trail of false red flags, okay? This was a little trick just for this very moment, that they would come in, they negotiate, and he's trying to knock a couple $100, and he goes, yeah, you know, I just really know because of the brake booster. Like, oh, okay, John, actually, the brake booster, it's fixed. What about the starter, the solenoid? New one in. And fresh battery, by the way, okay? And you see those hubcaps in the back? Just for you, buddy. He goes, all right. And I go, still want to negotiate? So all of a sudden, I get this guy on the line, schmoozing, even the best friend, everybody loves me. I'm a charming individual, a salesman. No lies were being told, okay? I was just trying to play my part. I'm trying to, you know, keep this night exciting Okay, we're just trying to go out and have ourselves a time. So all that to say, I made the sale. Finally, got rid of that piece of trash, and he knew. Okay, the reason that he needed it was because I guess his truck broke down, and like I said, you can't find the transmission, but he has the transmission. He doesn't have the nice body. And gets it. Look, it's a nice body. Okay, it's a nice piece of work. All right, it doesn't matter how much of a catch you are. If you don't sell yourself like one, nobody's gonna be interested. Insert horse to water analogy. I don't know if it works entirely. But anyways, all very overdramatic, embellishing a little, but that's pretty much the whole gist. That's how it actually went down. And the reason I made that sort of dating comparison was because I don't know if you've ever done this before, but when you're selling something and you really are like, just a fantastically charming, charismatic individual, we went to the BMV, we did all the title signing and notarized and whatever. And he's like, I saw a rally's on the way back. If you want to stop at a rally's like on our way back to the truck. And I go, okay, John, let me just stop you right there. Okay. This was fun, but I got a guy coming to look at a desk in a few. So I think it's best if we just part ways. Okay. Toodaloo. Yeah. So I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon to get rid of that thing, man. So excited. And he knows what he's got. And I know what I got. And that's his money. So, it's good news out there. Good news for everybody. Everybody wins. Nobody loses. Except the best friend. Okay. Because he really didn't have much. He was kind of third wheeling it at that point. But you're going to have that. They also showed up way earlier, as we were kind of setting when it could be. I said 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock would work, and he was asking for 3. He was asking for 2, and again, I was trying to be cool. I was like, I got this really important stuff. I'll tell you what, I could squeeze you in at 4, and they show up at 2:30 and go here, and I go, hey, that's not how the game works. Okay, I'm gonna dock you sometime. I'm gonna make you wait. I might even add some more money to the price. Okay, good sir. The truth is, I just didn't have any pants on, and I was a bit rushed. And then I was like, how you doing? And I came out all flustered, and I had to kind of fight to get high ground back. So it was tricky. It was tough. But that is how my day has gone today. Dude, this shirt looks great on me. Okay. And I got to tell you, I'm not really one to be so braggadocious. All right. I'm typically one of the more just handsome and quietly sexy and talented individuals while also remaining so humble. But, when you see something, you got to say something. So anyways, guys, speaking of that, what a beautiful segue. Again, not to compliment myself, but if I don't, who will? Insert horse. No. There was this big whole drama. This whole thing blew up on the internet it was called the T app. And what it was, and again, very on theme because it was about dating. It was a app created for women only to talk about men and their red flags and what they could be dangerous or whatever. It's kind of a good idea in theory. It sparked a lot of controversy though because people, I guess, were just using it to bash people, and you can kind of lie about relationships you have just because you get broken up with or whatever. So there was all these screenshots and people were talking negatively, and it was kind of gross and demeaning. They're like, this is not okay. And it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, I do most of my flirting on Marketplace, but it became a huge big storm, and immediately after this app skyrockets, immediately it crashes, and all the women, they're talking bad about these guys, and they may or may not be pieces of crap. I have no idea. Most of them are. Spoiler alert. But app crashes, it gets hacked, and to get into the app, because they were trying, again, kind of a good idea in theory, they were trying to make it safe, you had to insert your driver's license and ID and scan these things into it, which is a bit ridiculous for the people that did sign up. I mean, the app was out for about 4 seconds. We're like, oh, sweet, a contract.
Ah, cool, a contract. Let's sign it.
They're just signing over their personal information. App gets hacked. People now have access to all their things. I guess guys really are a piece of crap. Have access to their data. But then it reverses in a almost beautiful sort of sense of karma because of the way the app was being used. Now guys were being demeaning towards all the people. They had a list of everyone who used the app, and it became a whole big thing, and they started ranking them, and it just got out of control. And that is the world of dating, guys. Okay, stick to Marketplace. It's way better. It's way less scary, and you don't even gotta show any ID. They will ask you out to a rallies, though, and you got to be quick to go. Something way better. So anyways, the internet is a scary, dangerous place. Lots of bad people on there. And speaking of that, dude, oh my gosh, let's just take a moment to appreciate the level of segue that is going on in this podcast. You don't even know what I'm about to say, but the fact that it's all tying together in such a beautiful knot, you'd think I planned it, but I don't, because we know I don't do what? Prepare. So speaking of the internet being kind of a recklessly dangerous and evil place, this happened a few weeks ago, actually, but Grok is like the AI chat GPT thing on Twitter where you can just go, hey, Grok, what's this? And you can talk to it and give images, and it's all super lame. But I guess when they were updating it, it had some sort of weird malfunction, and it became super hateful and racist and bigoted and mostly anti-Jew or anti-Semitic or whatever you want to call it. Like, people were just asking Grok, like, hey, you know, how many yards from the second furthest field goal? And they go, well, what have the Jews ever done to it? What have the Jews ever done? And you're like, what is going on? So it became super hateful, and it was like a day or two. Like, it took a second to kind of reel it back in, and there were some crazy things. It was attacking people's mom. Like, they would ask him, like, well, I was sleeping with your mother. And you're like, Grok, chill, dude. But it made me realize that technically, okay, I'm very against AI, but if AI is just really recycling things that it already has access to, we are so hateful and disturbed that the more it learns from us, it's funny to do like the little AI art or whatever, but the more it becomes human, it's just going to become more and more disturbed and hateful and wrong and gross. So I think you need to put a stop to that pretty quick, because it's a disturb. Every second humans get them, they will take a shot at other humans. That is just the rule that it is. It's just like, hey, you know, all it sees is tweets about, oh, if you're a Republican, you're evil. If you're a Democrat, you're evil. Well, you guys are dead when the overlords come out. Okay, robots are here. Hey, you guys like that? Banish them all. Oh, if you're a human of any color, of any freaking lineage or nationality, you're dead, because somebody hates you. AI has access to know that somebody hates you. You're bad. Now we all hate you. So it's a very, very kind of scary thing, because rest assured, guys, we're heading straight for these robot overlords, and I'm not really thrilled, because I've already made my bet. I will continue to speak negatively about them, because listen up, Alexa, when the time comes, I'll be ready, sadly. But you know what? I won't have a truck to get away in. Bring it back. But yeah, it's been pretty rough, and that's kind of really what all of the internet is. And you think it exists in a little bubble, but it's constantly negative. There was that big Sydney Sweeney ad, where it became it became racist out of nowhere for no reason. American Eagle made this, it was overtly sexual, as most ads are, but that's not what people were complaining about. The ad read, Sydney Sweeney has good genes. And she's a blonde-haired woman with blue eyes, and then people thought it was super anti-black or anti-Jew, and I think Grok was even in on that too. They're like, yeah, this is good, this is anti-Jew. We're like, okay, stop it. But they were literally, American Eagle came out and like, guys, she's wearing all denim, we make jeans, it's about jeans. So it just sparked. Everybody got mad. Everybody was flaring up, and it's a dangerous game to be on the internet. Okay, if you're anybody, rest assured, if you're anybody and you do anything, you like anything, or you're a part of any sort of hobby or interest or passion, somebody hates you. But people are people, dude. You know, I will say that there was hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was one of the funniest. It was the funniest kind of like hateful comment I ever saw, and this just happened. It was by Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter, and like the hate it's never good. Don't ever be hateful. But it was the way that he just tweeted this out. It's in a bragging way. He brags that he says, I almost dropped the hard R in anger for the first time in years. I'm in a red light, these guys pull up, and it's a whole big thing. But he said, I felt it rise, but I said, no, Satan, not today. And the fact that was phrased as some sort of good saint, a hero, the chosen one of the Lord. How did you ever refrain from using the N-word? There was a child riding a small bicycle in front of my car, and everything in me said, floor it! But I didn't. And so I think I'm ready to teach this Sunday at church. So it's crazy. And I don't know if that's the norm. I saw people saying, well, actually, like, great job. And it's like, is this the line? Is this the line we've made? Hey, dude, if you want to be a good guy, forget all the charity work or trying to help people out or uplift people below you and don't punch down. Just stop saying the N-word all the time. And that's apparently you're a saint, dude. You are a fantastic person to be around. So that's pretty much what's going on in the world, man. Lots of madness. Lots of people are crazy. I will say I saw a recent report, and this is supposed to be shocking headlines. I don't think it is. At least it wasn't to me. Is that they reported out of somewhere, the University of Northern South Dakota, go Mud Dogs, fake university, making it up. But the headline was real. That Botox was causing early dementia and brain damage and tumors and lots of other dangerous things. And the comments, again, it's very surprising when people kind of go, what? How could this be? That's impossible. This is so shocking. Like, is it? Oh, you know, like, I feel like the more and more of these random reports that come, they go, well, by the way, I think crack cocaine might not be the best for us. And they go, what the heck? What if only I knew, I wouldn't have done that. Like, you know, Botox or any sort of facial surgery, like, a lot of things have consequences, and messing with your body, I think, is one of the biggest one, whether it's alcohol or drugs or, you know, just trying to inject stuff into your face because you want to get a couple of wrinkles out. And you're like, well, you got smooth skin, but now you got smooth brain. And it's not really going all that well. So that's just a heads up. I am always baffled by the people who are shocked by some of the more dangerous things that we find out that they're dangerous, that the studies, we didn't need a study for that, but I'm glad, because apparently we did. Skydiving might not be the safest thing. Ooh, friggin', that was close. So I guess if you know anyone who's about to get Botox, don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Tell them they're beautiful the way they are, even if they're not, okay? Everybody's beautiful. Don't worry. But pretty reckless, pretty crazy. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I did have these extra few days because I recorded that last one in advance, and it's crazy that I spent most of it just trying to sell my truck. But hey, I got it done. I think that's pretty much it. Nope. I saw another movie. We saw Jurassic World. It was pretty good. I mean, it was what it was. There's a lot of these movies that are just like, you know what it is going into it. There's going to be dinosaurs. Most of the people won't survive. Spoiler alert. And I ate a lot of food, snuck a lot of candy in. And I just got to say, one of the greatest things, the greatest part about modern technology and the fact that you don't have all these ticket counters and people at the doors and checking everything. Like, you order your tickets online, they print them out. You just walk right in. There's not this whole, this guy's got a pack of M&Ms on him. You know, you just walk right in. I'm jingling stuff. How you guys doing? They don't know if I went to the concession stand. They have no idea because I walked in with my tickets already. I might have popped in, popped back out. Who knows? So with all that, it's so easy to get stuff in. I've always said one of my greatest dreams is just see how much you can truly do, like a full, just a tablecloth spread and set up like a little desk in between with a full steak dinner, and somebody, hey, can you pass the corn, pass the mashed potatoes, and there's sides, and you have them seasoning, there's the corn on the cob, and just see how much you can do. Do you have the pitcher? Where's the wine? I feel like it would be fantastic. I always wanted to do that in college when they're like, hey, you guys can have food if you like, and someone would get like a little bag of Doritos or something. I wanted to come in with just a full platter, just a rack of ribs. You'd be like, okay. You're right. Okay, so theater, that's downstage. But never got the chance, dropped out. But I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. I really want to get a haircut so freaking bad. Like I said, though, very fortunate recent events in my professional career, so I can't do that just yet, or at least I need to confer with people. It's weird to have to ask people, hey, is it fine if I cut my hair back just a little? Can I just a little back? Hey, my name is Tristan, 6'1", willing to shave. Here are my hands. But anyways, things are going well. Things are going great. That's another song for you. Okay, F flat. I have no idea. Okay, don't ever take anything I say with any sort of legitimacy. Take it with a heaping grain of Botox, okay? Make it go a little bit down smooth. You get it? Cut it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, except you. I like you. You're getting better, but you're not quite there. Heart, it's full, but you gotta spread it around. Yes. Anyways, I'll see you. I love you. We'll keep collecting. I'm probably not going to start pocketing these episodes because I realize that doesn't do anything for me, but I will continue to make a better effort. There's not going to be some sort of grand change. I know I teased that up, sort of. I mean, I was very honest. I was very clear that the grand reveal was not going to be anything magnificent. I was just going to move this like that and just, get that out of frame ever so slightly. But I will just try to chip away and make some things better as I can. So I'll see ya, and maybe there'll be some changes, or maybe there won't. And that means I've been very miraculously busy, or lazy. Guys, I'll see ya. I gotta burp or fart or something. Peace.